All right, today we're going to work on the first 6 bars of timing studies. All right, it's a PDF. You can download it. I suggest print it and keep it with your files because you can work through the entire thing. It's really not that ridiculously hard. If you remember the check patterns at all, this all follows that exactly the same sticky. So whatever you worked on with the check patterns, as far as learning that process, if you remember it, that applies to this. It applies to everything. So it really takes a lot of mystery out of how to count and how to stick it the right way. Okay? So if you have the music in front of you, the first 2 bars, and you don't have to play the entire thing. You can just break it down 1 or 2 bars at a time. That's usually how I work on this individually with people. So the first 2 bars are 8th notes playing on the right hand, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And second bar we play 16th notes. The key is to make sure the right hand plays exactly the same thing in both bars. It never stops. Make it one fluid motion. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and go back to the first bar and 3 and second bar 1 E and a 2 E. So to make it as fluid and as relaxed as possible, and of course you can play it at any tempo. I suggest playing it at 40 beats per minute and then 140 beats per minute and everything in between it to really understand how it flows. Okay. The next 2 bars, the last 2 bars in the line, you go back to the 8th notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And the last measure is check pattern number 4, if you remember that. It goes 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and the sticking is right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right. So again, your right hand plays exactly the same thing it did in the previous measure. So measure 3 to measure 4 goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and then go back to the 8th notes, okay? So you can play that in a loop 20 times. Just get the right hand used to going. It looks really easy. But it may take you a little bit of time just to get through the motion. And working on 8th notes on the right hand may seem boring and repetitive, but it's so applicable to so many things. Whether you're playing drum set, that's your hi-hat part that has to play continuously forever, regardless of what the left hand and foot and all that are playing. So it's just a really good foundation to build up the right hand strength, of course. All right, second line, first 2 bars, we're going to go back to the 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now this is check pattern number 2, which goes 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left. Exactly the same rhythm in the right hand. That never changes. So here's the second line. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. Okay, and then back to it. And then finally you get to the last measure, last 2 bars in the second line. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E, a 2 E, a 3 E, a 4 E, a 1. So your right hand then switches to just playing quarter notes, which is kind of cool. So if you get the met going, your right hand plays with the met. So I suggest working on those 2 bars a lot. I remember several of you guys nailed this, so this should be pretty easy. But if you've ever struggled with how to play that rhythm, this is how you do it. So your left hand then starts playing 8th notes, but it's really only doing E's and U's. E, 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 1 E, a 2 E, a 3 E, a 4 E, a 1. Okay, so it's gonna be challenging for some people, but I'm sure you'll get it. Okay, so here is the entire timing studies. Play along with me. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and second line. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E, a 2 E, a 3 E, a 4 E. Keep going. 2 and 3 and third line. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and E and 3 and 4 and E, E, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E, 2 E, 3 E, 4 and we'll stop. Okay, so that takes you through 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. It's really not that hard. Okay, so that's timing studies. Very cool. See you later.